My name is Juan de Rincón.
And hi, my name is Sergio Cañar, and we are from the grade 1003.
Today I'm gonna present the Greek tragedy and the play Medea. So the Greek tragedy is a theatrical genre origin of the ancient Greece, inspired of the rites and the representation that had place in Greece and on Minor Asia on the century 5 before Christ. Tragic plots were most often based upon myths from the oral traditions of archaic epics. In tragedy theatre, however, these narratives were represented by actors. The most acclaimed Greek tragedies are Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. So now I'm gonna present Medea. Now I'm gonna talk about Medea. Medea is an ancient Greek tragedy written by Euripides based upon the myth of Jason and Medea and first produced in 431 before Christ. This play talks about the abandonment of Jason to Medea and their two children. This happens because Jason is about to marry Glauce, that is Creon's daughter. Also, Creon is afraid of Medea because he knows that this woman is so much smarter than anyone he knew so far. So for that reason, Creon wants her out of his territories. So Creon demands her to get out, but she begs him, and she gets one day more in Corinth. So she planned to get her revenge, to get justice. So after all these situations, the king of Athens, Argos, arrived and offered her sanctuary on his home city in exchange for her knowledge and medical plans for curing his sterility. So she looking that her obstacles are all clear. She started her revenge, initially with planning to kill her children, stopping their pain and starting Jason's suffer. Later, Medea wants to get Jason and Klaus confidence, giving them some gifts that were a dress and a coronet, but those gifts had some poison. So when Klaus touched those gifts, well, she died of the venom. So then Creon, um, after seeing all this situation, he goes and drink the poison because she loved so much her daughter. He wanted to die aside of her. So after all this, a messenger arrived with the good news for Medea. So she takes that news so cool, so calm down that is quite creepy. The messenger said. Then she's about to commit infanticide, and after the chorus is begging her to not do that, she just killed them, and well, she makes Jason get the same destiny as Creon in Antigone by Sophocles. That is the loneliness.
Okay, I'm going to talk about tragedy, origins, and the features of the tragedy. The tragedy in a form of drama based on the human suffering that invokes an accompanying catharsis of best say the pleasure of the agents. Also, the term catharsis refers to a specific tradition of drama that has played a unique and important role historically. This, in itself, definition of the Western civilizations. The tragedy itself is a tradition that has been multiple and discontinuous. Well, the term has an important and powerful role in the cultural identity and the historical continuity. The tragedy origins in Greece is like about 200 500,000 years ago, where the word tragedy is defined by the Greeks to be used to describe different phenomena at different times. In classic Greeks means go sing. As the comedy and tragedy were confusely originate in the worship of the god Dionysius or Bacchus, the worship for that god Bacchus was also twofold character corresponding to the different conceptions which were anciently entertained of Dionysius. As the changeless god of flourishing, decaying, or renewable nature and the various fortunes into which that character he was considered to be subject at the different seasons of the year, and that's so important for the Greeks. But in the Greek tragedy, that most important dramaturgists are like Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. Euripides is like the author of Medea. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the features of tragedy, but emphasizing in Greek tragedy. In Greek tragedy, the protagonists had powerful and influential roles, with happy and fulfilling lives. Beforehand, during the course of the whole plot, the characters' lives are turned upside down and they suffer the deepest agony. Also, the tragic flaw or some weakness that is the reason for his downfall is like the end of the main character. Also, feature of tragedy is the heartbreaking ending, and finally the catharsis that is the manage of people emotions.
So now I'm gonna talk about Euripides. Euripides was a great tragic poet. He lived in a humble family. He was a student of Anaxagoras, Protagoras, and Socrates. This can be seen on his plays. The knowledge that he learned from those masters he had. On 455 before Christ, he presented his first play, The Quarrels. With this one, he won the third place. He made 92 works, with which 16 are remain. He won just 4 times, sadly, on Athens, the annually contest. So he didn't want that recognition that it's supposed that he should have. So he decided to go to Macedonia to move on. He worked for the king of Macedonia, and the myth says that he died being eaten by
Finally,
dogs.
I'm going to talk about the Euripides' most famous plays. Some of those are Medea, Electra, Hippolytus, Heraclitus, and Alcestis. But those plots were different from Aeschylus and Sophocles' plays because the different facts that make Euripides in his plots are so rare for that time. Well, I'm going to talk the different facts that make Euripides' plots specials. First, the innovation in the treatment of myths. Second, the complex situations and characters. Third, the humanization of characters. They are shown like men and women of meat and bones, with passions, defects. That facts in some cases reach tragic comedy. The special influence in the problems and politics of that time, it gives some touch of realism to the plots, the critique to the traditional divinity by a traditional point, and the decrease in the role of the chorus. That different facts make Euripides a special dramaturgy.
So now we want to thank you very much. So
So thank you for everything, and that's it.